Okay, that's good, Alex. Just go in a little bit further, okay, because we're trying to water it everywhere, okay? And move it over a little bit. Okay. Okay, Alex, we're going to step away from the wall. Okay, and I'm just going to guide you gently. You're having a seizure, Alex, okay? So just keep walking around. We're going to walk around this pillar. Alex, how are we getting on? Yeah? Okay, you just had a seizure. We're going to sit you down for a second. Okay, there's the seizure. That's good. So I know you might be a little bit confused right now. There was 1 minute you were watering the plants, and then we were having a walk around, okay? So you had a seizure. How are we doing now? Do you feel better? Okay, how about we sit down for a few more minutes, and then we can go back. What's extremely important with any seizure, doesn't matter whether it's a vocal seizure or a generalized seizure, is always time the seizure the minute you think it starts and when the actual seizure stops. Okay, so the client was having a focal dyscognitive seizure, and with that seizure what you do is you let the client have their seizure, you don't restrain them too much. What that client did was merely hit into the wall, so you'd have to guide them away, so you don't restrain them, you'll gently guide them around. And what I did there also is I continuously just talked to the client, just let them be safe, let them know that there's somebody there, there's someone there helping them. When Alex came out of his seizure, then I sat him down and I explained to him why he may be confused. The main reason would be that from one point he was actually watering the flowers, and the next point he was sitting down and he was having a chat in a different environment. So that can be quite confusing for a person. What you may need to do if you need to call an ambulance, often or not, and maybe when you're in doubt, if you're unsure, maybe you haven't seen this type of seizure before, that's when you should call an ambulance. If a seizure lasts longer than 5 minutes, or if a seizure happens again after your first initial one. Also what you may need to remember is if a client comes out of the seizure and for the next 5 minutes is not responding to any of your cues or is not answering any of your questions, that's when you may have to call an ambulance. There's obviously still something going on there. Often or not, if you have a non-verbal client, what you need to register there is that maybe their behaviour is not the normal behaviour, and again need to call the ambulance. Very important, if it's a seizure is happening in the water, call the ambulance straight away, and also if there's any fluid, food or any sort of fluid in the mouth or vomit,